Greetings, travelers, and we're back for another episode of Aura Cascade tutorial. As you can see, everything is working beautifully in the background. So, as I ended last episode, I noticed things weren't working quite right to show you the next stage, and that was because of the distance I had everything set. So, you know, there's definitely a height point where these won't work anymore. And a distance this way, and after I kind of finagled them around, I was able to get everything to work properly, and you can see the white beams hitting down here, as well as all three of these are now sending their energy up. Now the only thing I also had to do was, I noticed the other reason these weren't working was the pressure plate I was using to turn off the charcoal. The issue was that it was actually turning the pumps off while it was on. So in order to fix that, I went ahead and kind of, as you can see, I moved everything around here so that they were offset, plus took away the redstone. Set that to 12 seconds as another timer. The only problem I have is because of droppers. I could do an open crate and it comes straight down, but just the dropper doesn't always drop straight down, and as a result, of course, you end up with the charcoal off on the side alright. But, you know, if it's a renewable resource like charcoal, you know, a few pieces here or there shouldn't be a big issue. Hidden underneath, I also have, just to keep things clean for showing you guys, I put an item node from extra utilities to suck up any drops because I had gunpowder everywhere, and then filtered out the charcoal because apparently it can pick it up when it's more than a couple of blocks up, so that way the only thing that gets picked up is the gunpowder from the creepers. So what we're going to try and do today is we are going to take a look at the fairy rain. That's one of the more advanced items. You know, you have to get a lot of setup and everything. But if you look at the recipe, it asks for any color aura and an iron block, red aura with a redstone block, blue aura with a diamond block, and yellow aura with a gold block to make a ring of binding. So we are going to get everything set up here. Now, the ring of binding is what is made from these items. So we'll go ahead and get the iron block, and you'll have to forgive the background noise a little bit. It sounds like the neighbors are doing some yard work. So we're going to go ahead, drop that. So we're going to do this, 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 and this. Now, right off the bat, the iron one should start working, but we need red and blue, so we're going to get some of the blue crystals first, and we're going to put it in here. Now you'll notice as I do all these, go ahead and get the blue aura in here. It's going to need 50,000, I think is what it said, so we'll just pump the whole thing in there. And what you'll see is, now you're getting the white, the blue. Now it'll only send what it needs, but you'll have blue and white going through. Now the other one we need is, we need yellow. We'll go ahead and put that one over here, which is why I left the hole. And that's also why I closed off the front of that, the infernal mobs with this pack that I'm using to show the tutorial. Every once in a while you get a creeper that has way more health than the drop, and I don't want them wandering around. So just put that in there, they can just stay in there, don't matter to me. But now we have our yellow aura, and of course the last one we needed was red. And we are going to go ahead and put this one in here. There you go. So if we look, you'll see the particles from each. But what you'll start getting is you'll see the particle, or the aura should start pumping through. We got yellow, blue, white. There you go. And at some point we should start to see some red. Yep, there you go. So at this point it's just a matter of waiting for the aura to finish pumping through. Now there's a way I could do this so that each one is its own color, which would increase the speed. And you can see here we're showing that we're getting all the aura. We already have all the white we need. Now we're working on the yellow, the blue, and the red. But we could do one color for each one. But the way these are set up, as you can tell, you can do all the different colors. It may take a little longer overall because it's got to do each color separately. But with this setup, I can do the Vortex infusions and have all the colors with just the 3 pumps. I could set up more pumps. I could put another different 3 over here to beam in. I could even put capacitors. There's many different ways you could run it. I'm just kind of showing you the basics as far as setup to make it work. But be creative, have fun. You've seen how to set these up, how they function. Now it's up to you to figure out more of the tricks and secrets that this has. I can, like I said, I tell you that this book here is definitely what you want to go through if you want to learn more detail. I wanted to accomplish at least showing you guys the basics, how it works, the mechanics, how to use everything, some ideas for automation so that you don't have to keep an eye on it, just come in and put your aura in. And it looks like we are getting there. So I'm going to pause, and when we get closer, we'll come back. That way you can see this happen. Alright, welcome back. As we're getting closer, I just had to wait for other colors to get through. Again, because of this setup, I had to wait for other colors to finish before we could get to like the red, as you can see. Once the ring's done, we'll show you fairies and give you an idea of what the fairies do, and that will be pretty much it for this tutorial series. But have a few other ideas in my mind of what I want to do, but we'll see what happens. I just want to make sure that you guys get to see, the Vortex infusion once it's done and completes when it makes the item. And there you go. Oh, there it is over here. And the ring of binding. So now what you would do is you would equip it. Now this does, Aura Cascade does take the baubles mod from Thumbcraft or Azinor. Now what you would want to do is then craft any one of these fairies. And you can see they had, the basic one takes an arcane white gem, and then the other ones just take a variety of other items with them in order to do the effects. So the white gems, that's a Vortex infusion as well. So we could very easily make those. You've seen how that works when it says any color. So really we could do any of these. So let's go ahead and take care of that real quick. And a diamond. And miscellaneous materials. There we go. Alright, so let's go there, there, and there. And you'll see, doesn't it? And the beauty part is, with all the different colors going right now, any of them can do it. That's why it says any. So we will just let it continue to fill up. But, you know, that's how we would get the fairy charm. And then you would just add it to whatever. You know, poison if you want the debuffer fairy. You have the trainer fairy. Lighter, glider. That's for like featherfall and flight. Digger. You know, and you can have up to 15 charms, which means you could pretty much have every single charm. But they give you extra abilities and buffs while you're wearing the ring. That's pretty much one of the end game items. You know, of course, there's other stuff like you have the gems, and you can make. There's a couple of the amulets here. So you know, whatever you want to do to do the end game. There's storage even, which I've used and is kind of nice. So, but that's going to be it for this tutorial series. If I get any other questions specific to parts of Aura Cascade, I'd be more than happy to do follow-ups. But that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys very much for coming by, and I hope you enjoyed this series, and looking forward to the next one. And you guys have a great